Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the County Board of County Commission meeting, 10 o'clock a.m. on June 18th, 2024, call to order at this time, and please silence all electronic devices. And now stand with me for invocation and pledge of allegiance.
O merciful Creator, your hand is open wide to satisfy the needs of every living creature. Make us thankful for your loving providence, and grant that we, remembering the account that we must one day give, may be faithful stewards of your good gifts. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
District 2, Commissioner Waitman.
Present.
District 3, Commissioner Starkey. District 4, Commissioner Yeager. Here. District 5, Commissioner Mariano. District 1, Chairman Oakley.
Here, and let it be known that we have a quorum present. And now is the time for public comment. Citizens are given an opportunity to comment on any current or future agenda items coming before the board and on other business under the board's review. Today's public comment will be handled as follows. First, we will take public comment for all those that are here in person. Then we will take public comment for those that are registered on WebEx and then currently on Q. We request that when you address the board, comments are not directed personally toward a commissioner or a team member, but rather directed at the issues. This provides mutual respect between board members and the public. After stating your name and address for the clerk, a 3-minute timer will be activated. After 2 minutes, a single beep will sound, giving you 1 minute left. When your time is up, two beeps will sound, and you should end your comments. WebEx participants will be disconnected automatically. Madam Clerk, do we have people signed up to speak this morning?
Yes, sir, we do. The first one is Charlie Rogers.
Name and address for the clerk.
Yes, Charlie Rogers, 4650 Bay Boulevard, Unit 1028, Port Richey.
Thank you.
Good morning, commissioners and staff. My name is Charlie Rogers, and I serve as the president of Sand Pebble Point 3 Condominium Association, comprised of buildings number 10, 11, and 12, located at 4650, 4620, and 4550 Bay Boulevard, Port Richey in Pasco County. Each building is 6 stories in height with 40 units per building for a total of 120 unit owners. In addition, I serve as the treasurer for our master association at Sand Pebble Point, which is comprised of more than 400 owners and almost 1,000 residents. Our buildings are constructed with conventionally reinforced concrete slabs, beams, and columns with masonry exterior walls. Our private units are accessed by exterior elevated walkways, which are finished with a painted texture stucco veneer. After the failure of the Surfside condominium in South Florida, our state legislature has mandated that all condominiums of 3 stories or more and 30 years of age must complete a milestone and structural integrity reserve study, SIRS report, prior to the end of this year, and establish the funding mechanism to address any deficiencies noted in this report. We have engaged Cairns Engineering to assist us with these mandated state requirements. We invited 6 local contractors to bid on our exterior building envelope restoration, including but not limited to reinforced concrete repairs, stucco and masonry restoration, guardrail replacement, walkway and select balcony waterproofing membrane application, sealants application, painting, and other work is directed and defined. Our preliminary estimates exceed $1.1 million per building, which would require a $30 to $35 special assessment per unit. We have many retired residents who are living on Social Security and fixed incomes that are very concerned as to how they will be able to pay for these required items. As taxpayers in Pasco County, we are asking you all, as our county commissioners, to assist us in addressing these concerns by contacting and supporting our state legislature to grant us additional time to come in compliance with these mandated regulations. Many of our residents are fearful of losing their homes due to these required mandates by year's end, which would result in a significant loss of tax revenue to the county and declining values of the properties going forward. We do understand the importance of these new requirements, but are appealing to the state for some assistance in the timing required to adhere and enforce these mandates. We are seeking your assistance and guidance in asking our legislators to give us some additional time to address these issues and prepare for the costly improvements that are being required for us to address. Thank you for your consideration and any assistance you can provide to us and our residents going forward.
Thank you for your comments. May the record show that Commissioner Starkey has joined us at the dais. Okay. Next
Okay,
person.
thank you. Monica Sepp, when you approach the podium, start with your name and address for the record. Thank you.
My name is Monica Sepp. My address is 13117 Lauderdale Street in Hudson.
Thank you.
Good morning, commissioners and guests. A couple of my concerns, as well as other residents, is we're just wondering why the Sheriff's Department is not enforcing the trespass agreements that were set in place by the county commissioners on vacant properties. I still see some trespassing going on a few properties around the area, one by Windsor Mills, the post office, and as well as 19 and 52 behind McDonald's, where there's been several fires. And one of our other concerns is it's been 14 months since April of 2023, since the town hall meeting with a couple of the county commissioners. I think it was Mr. Jack Mariano and Mrs. Catherine Starkey, that we were talking about putting up tiny tents or tiny homes and purchasing a property to where some of these homeless people can be relocated to get them off of private properties who are owned by other residents here. And I was wondering where that might be standing, as I haven't seen any signs of any of that moving forward. I would also like to thank everyone and recognize code enforcement officers who are out working in the areas as diligently as they can to get Pasco County back to the great place it was.
Okay.
Thank you.
Kathy, you want to meet her in the back there? So Kathy Pearson will meet you out back and give you some information. Okay.
Okay, so the last individual signed up in person is Linda Trimpe. And again, name and address for the record. Thank you.
My name is Linda Trimpe. My address is 17636 Hickory Tree Court, Lutz, Florida, in the Sierra Pines Meadowbrook Estates neighborhood. And could we have the picture of the map of the neighborhood, please, instead? Gina, thank you. Our neighborhood is located just east of the Suncoast Parkway, bordered on the north by State Road 54, on the south by the county line, Hillsborough County line. You can see the two access roads into our neighborhood. We have just the two from Lutz Lake Fern, 1.3 miles into our neighborhood, and then continues on for a ways, and then Meadowbrook Drive from the north, from State Road 54. Our neighborhood started being platted in the 1970s by Reader Development. And they had bought the two parcels making up the Sierra Pines portion of Hillsborough County back then and paved it. So our road and the access road, the southern access road, is 52 years old at this point. It's never been repaved. And I completed the petition form in the old PVAS program back in 2015, asking our county to include Sierra Pines Boulevard, the Hillsborough County portion, in the PVAS program. Of course, that's been suspended now. So I'm here asking the Pasco BCC to include it in the new program. And then I have pictures of the road, if you'll put those up again, Gina. The pictures of the road, this is typical of pictures y'all have seen, I'm sure, before. Heavy rains, will cause these. Go ahead and show the next one, please. Patch upon patch, and then the sides of the roads are bad too. That's my first point. I have 6 points total. And of course, many times throughout the years, we've actually had the potholes connect and form a trench all the way across the road, so it's practically impassable. Pasco County Code that we have shows that a neighborhood of our size, 456 private parcels. If you'll show that, the county code requires our neighborhood to have 2 accesses. This is the county code. Realtors have told me that even though some of their clients liked our neighborhood, they chose not to buy because of the condition of the road. The most important point, I think, is the condition of the road that affects emergency services, medical emergencies. St. Joseph's Hospital North down in Lutz Lake Van Dyke Road is the closest hospital to any place in our neighborhood. We on the south would go south over to Dale Mabry and down to Van Dyke. Those on the north would take the Suncoast down.
I just want to say that road is in Hillsborough County.
Correct, yes,
Yeah.
yes it is, Commissioner.
And I have talked with that commissioner, but Commissioner Yeager, this is now your district. I'm happy to fill you in on, later.
Branford, Dalton.
Yeah, but I've been trying.
Yeah.
We've
This is
we've
public
talked about
comment,
it
so
from
we don't go back.
2015.
Yeah.
You and I, correct, when you were my commissioner.
Yeah.
Branford, you want to meet her in the back or have someone meet her back there? Handle her
Okay,
concerns.
thank you. Good
Okay,
morning.
thank you.
Thank you.
That's everyone we have signed up?
We do have one on WebEx.
And we have one on WebEx.
Okay, so,
Okay, let's see if there's anyone.
in
Is
person.
anyone left in the audience that wish to speak this morning to public comment? If you haven't signed up, you could come forward now. Have
You don't
already
get
spoken?
you don't get 2 opportunities.
I just
You
wanted to
can't
make a...
speak, you can't speak
Okay, I
twice.
didn't know if I could make a clarification.
No. Sorry.
Have your buddy do it.
Have your friend there do it.
No?
Come forward. State your name and address for the record.
Gregory Hicks, 12300 Bear Creek Lane, Hudson, Florida, 34667.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I'm speaking today on behalf of Dr. Eddie Williams from Pasco Hernando State College and the Recovery Roundtable. And what we have wanted to do is bring it to your attention and make a proposal to possibly put a voted member of the roundtable into the opioid task force, onto their board. We have many individuals that are like-minded with everything that's going on, professionals, people working very hard in this battle against our opioid pandemic. And we are trying to get one of our members onto the task force that would be voted in. And this is pretty much what we would like to see happen if it's all possible, if it could even be considered. It would be greatly appreciated by all of us that are involved.
Okay.
And
Kathy's outside, isn't she?
Paula's there.
Paula, could you meet this gentleman in the back and talk to him about his issue there with the opioid? She'll meet you back there.
thank you so
Thank you,
much,
sir.
guys. Have a great day.
Yes, sir. Next.
Good
Welcome.
morning, everyone. I'm Gina Finicaro.
Address.
My address is 14140 Peace Boulevard, Spring Hill, Florida. It's on the Pasco side. And I am here today because of the last meeting. I understand that they wanted to try to close my church's food pantry. My pastor has been in Pasco County for 16 years. This is First Baptist Church of Hudson, and to get rid of the homeless. Okay, only 10% of the people that come are homeless. We feed over 300 families, and we do preach the gospel every week. We are fortunate that we have an East and a West campus, but they both preach the Bible. My pastor is very passionate about what he does, and he saves a lot of people, including myself. I've been working at the church's food pantry, volunteering at the church's food pantry for 8 years now. Okay, when I started, we had maybe 30, 35 families a week that we used to do. Now we're doing close to 300, sometimes even more families. not just people, families. So figure out, some families come, there's 9. Some families come, there's 10. Okay, these are not all homeless people. These are our poor and our middle-class families just trying to make ends meet. That's all they're trying to do. My truck is full of baby formula. Yes, I'm even getting baby formula for these parents when we can. I was fortunate enough, another pastor from another church gave me a box of formula. I will bring it to my pantry for tomorrow's giving out, okay? And yes, we do have mamas in the woods too, which is sad, okay? There's no reason for that, not in our country, not in our county. Okay, I know we can't save the world, but we can make this place a little bit better, okay? The homeless epidemic is not just a homeless epidemic. It involves opioid epidemic, mental health, and yes, even human trafficking. I know nobody wants to talk about that, but no little child ever said, I want to grow up to be homeless, or a little girl, I want to grow up to be a prostitute. Nobody's ever said that, I'm sure, okay? We're doing this for the grace of God, and that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Kathy,
Please
you
don't
or
close
Marcia
down our
want to meet with her?
pantry.
We'll send someone in the back to meet with you, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Alma Key, K-E-E, and my address is 18005 Eagle Lane. And I also live in subdivision 10 that includes Sierra Pines and also Meadowbrook Estates.
Okay.
And I'm just here to make a comment about the fact that I guess the current code requires any subdivision of more than 450 homes, or 401 homes, to have 2 public access roads. Right now, we only have the one. And the second one is just by the efforts and the generosity of our owners. They repair potholes just to keep it passable, but it could easily become impassable if, you know, the current owners are no longer able to donate their time and money. And so I wanted to bring out a point that, you know, as Linda previously mentioned, let's say a fire truck can't get in, the one access road is closed, both of them are closed, and, you know, emergency vehicle can't get by, and somebody's house burns to the ground, or, you know, a death occurs that was needless, then I don't know, I'm not an attorney, but I would think that, you know, someone might try to sue the county too for not, you know, bringing the neighborhood up to the current standards of 2 access roads. And I'm also a realtor, and as Linda stated, yeah, the one entrance road that's, you know, maintained by the owners, it's pretty rough, and it does affect the values. We have homes from $300,000 up to one that recently sold for $1.5 million. And I think if that road were repaired and maintained correctly, then I think all the values would increase, and development would go in there to create other $1.5 million homes. So it would increase the tax revenue. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much. Yes, ma'am. Name and address for the clerk.
Morning, my name is Terry Ippolito. I live at 17540 Deerfoot Lane, Lutz, Florida. I started working, I'm here on behalf of Sierra Pines subdivision. I was the original president of the Homeowners Association when in the late 90s. We formed the association primarily to take care of the road. Unfortunately, it were the residents that didn't want to be assessed for that project that made us fail. I spent many hours working with Hillsborough County. They were open to the idea of taking the road. Unfortunately, it fell through by our own residents. I'd like to bring your attention that there is a road perpendicular to Sierra Pines, about 100 feet to the east, that is owned by Pinellas County, that is there for the benefit of the well fields. So there are situations that counties own properties in other counties. We do need you to consider our situation. We've worked hard to try to do the best job we could as a subdivision. We disbanded the homeowners association primarily because of the liabilities that only a very small portion of the community accepted. So we had to disband the homeowners association and let whatever happened happen. Here we are again. We need your help. I hope that we can accomplish this. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, can I say something real quick?
Yes.
I did go out there and explore, and I took someone, a staff member, it might have been Matt Campbell, I can't remember who, to look at the opportunity to take that Wellfield Road that's in the St. Pete-owned Wellfield and connect it to 54, because it connects. And you could actually go up Meadowbrook and then come over onto that road, and it's a new north-south road taking pressure off of 54. So I'm happy to show that to you or someone if they want to, explore it. But I think it's a good
Have
idea.
someone,
Yeah.
we'll have someone check that out. Thank you. Name and address for the record.
Pastor Jen Kerouac, 15925 Green Glen Lane, Spring Hill, Florida, 34610. I just wanted to come to support, actually, Ms. Finocaro's understanding, as pastors, we kind of have to stick together, and since her pastor isn't here, God moved me to come and speak on his behalf without his permission. So, there is an idea that food pantries are bad. There is an idea that we are giving away food, and that helps to support the homeless being in that area. And I can tell you, as I have met folks that go to Gina's church, I know the folks that go to my church, we have opened it up to the county. We have opened it up. We have collaborated with the county. We collaborate with the local organizations such as the Continuum of Care, which is the county has representation there as well. And I would just, hope that the commissioners would support, whatever need arises. We know there's a significant need for answers to where we're going to move these folks. They are still, we move them to Hernando, they're going to come back. We move them to Pinellas, they're going to come back. We move them to Hillsborough, they're going to come back. There is a greater need. And so I just would hope that as we have the opportunity to obtain funding, to do the things that are needed, the care, case management, for my church, food is just the way to bring them in. And then when we get them there, we help to minister to them. I'm just going to say it out loud. I've put people in my car and got them to detox. I've got them to rehab. I've got them to counseling, and I believe these are the things that Pastor Steve is doing. If I'm representing the correct person, I know that that's what he's doing, and he's collaborating with other folks besides his church members. And I've talked with many people that have benefited. So I am happy to talk with anyone with regards to the ways to improve, to connect. I go to the COC meetings. I'm actively involved, and I do express my voice, as many of you understand and agree with that thought. So I would just ask that you do what you can. If there's an issue with regards to that food pantry that is outside of their control, that you would support an effort that would allow them to continue to do work to assist folks to get on their feet. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Kathy, did you already speak? Have you spoke to this lady? Meet her in the back. She'll come meet you in the back. Does anyone else in the audience wish to speak at this time? Seeing no one, we'll go to WebEx.
Okay, so we have a Mr. Chris Shepard online. Mr. Shepard, are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. If you'll give your name and address for the record, sir, and then you can speak.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Chris Shepard. I live at 17715 Driftwood Lane, Lutz, Florida. I'm here to talk about the Sierra Pines Boulevard. Twice, how it works is my father and myself and a couple other people, once a year, maybe twice a year, we use my dump trailer and we go down to Ajax where we get asphalt. And we use donations and we patch that road, like I said, once or twice a year. We've been doing it for the last 10 to 15 years now. And it's getting so bad that, the road's so deteriorating that, we just can't keep up. We're putting Band-Aids on it. And we're using people who drive down the road and stop and donate money. And we have my mother keeps the account, and that's the money we use, the donations, to patch the road. But like I said, we're using my truck and my equipment the last 10 years. It's just getting so bad that we can't keep up anymore with it. And it's not just the residents that use that road. When we're patching it, I see, the post office uses it, Amazon. So, like I said, it's just getting so bad that we can't keep up with it anymore. That's just where I wanted to, tell you how bad it's getting. But that's all I really had to say.
Okay. Thank you for your
It's not
comments.
our road. It's not in our county.
Is that a county road?
No, it's in Hillsborough County.
Hillsborough.
Oh, that's all Hillsborough
I
County.
keep saying
Yeah.
it's
We don't
it's
pave
not our
roads.
road.
The problem we have is we don't pave roads in Hillsborough County.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Anyone else?
No, sir, that is it.
Seeing no one else, then we'll close public comment, and we'll move on to resolutions. RS1.
Okay. Let me make sure I have the right one in the right order. Stand by. Yes, I do. Okay, so is anyone here, any of the students receiving the first place award for Water Awareness Poster Contest? If you're here, please come up and bring your families with. Just come stand up at the podium. Hello. Six. All right. Okay, we're all here. Maybe the students want to come up closer to the podium. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they're shy. There we go. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and read. I'm going to go ahead and read the resolution. Okay. This is resolution number 24-141, a resolution by the Board of County Commissioners of Pasco County, Florida, recognizing and commending Pasco County elementary students receiving first place for their respective grade levels in the 15th Annual Water Awareness Poster Contest. Whereas clean, safe, and sustainable water resources are vital to Pasco County's economy, environment, and its citizens. And whereas the steps we can take to protect and preserve our water through educational partnerships and positive actions are encouraged throughout Pasco County. And whereas the Water Awareness Poster Contest was developed jointly by Pasco County Utilities and the Florida Governmental Utility Authority, FGUA, with the guidance of the Pasco County School Board to champion water conservation education. And whereas students are given the opportunity with the assistance of dedicated Pasco County school teachers to explore STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics-based teaching materials that expand their knowledge of water-related topics through artistic expression. And whereas this year, 1,229 posters were submitted, with more than 21,000 entries submitted from Pasco County elementary schools since the program's inception in 2010. And whereas winning posters were selected by a judging panel that included representatives from Pasco County Utilities, the FGUA, and community sponsors. And whereas the posters chosen displayed exceptional artistic merit, creativity, and clarity of message, and is representative of students at various levels of learning from kindergarten to 5th grade. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Pasco County, Florida, that said board hereby thanks each participating student and teacher for their dedication in promoting water awareness through Pasco County, and congratulates first place recipients Aliyah Himesh, Camilla Rodriguez, Sienna Carney, Lucy Fernandez, Christian Montilla, and Ariana Emmett for their outstanding achievement. Done and resolved in regular session with a quorum present and voting this 18th day of June, 2024.
Move approval.
Second.
Got a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion approved, 4-0. Welcome. We have a speaker out there for this group.
Oh, darn.
Good morning, Phoenix McKinney, Pasco County Utilities Water Conservation Coordinator. I'd like to thank everyone here on the board for your continued support of this program for the last 15 years, working with Florida Governmental Utilities Association. We've had the opportunity to work with a lot of really talented students, sharing the information about the importance of water and water conservation, and we appreciate your ongoing support. And we congratulate these talented students. They always amaze us with the really outstanding artwork that they present to us.
Very good, very good. Yes, sir.
David Ishak with FGUA, the Florida Governmental Utility Authority. We just want to thank the BOCC for hosting us today and reading of the resolution. We also want to thank the 43 teachers that participated in the 17 schools that participated in Pasco County, and also the sponsors. Without their contribution, we wouldn't have gone 15 years strong. We're looking forward to the 16th year coming up in the year to come, and to our students, the ones that placed first, second, and third, and the first place students that are here today, coming to be recognized for their efforts. With 1,229 students that did participate, we have 4 students here to be recognized, and with the 21,000 posters that have been submitted since 2009, it's been an incredible achievement. This is when we take art and science and couple them together, and they've developed learning and then visualizing and creating something really special. So we're looking forward to doing it again next year.
Great job.
Do any of the
Great
kids want to say their names and what school they go to?
And introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name is Sienna Carney.
And what grade are you in?
Second.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
Well, my name is Lucille Fernandez, and I'm in third grade. Sorry, my English.
Do we have a first grade or kindergarten?
First grade.
Okay.
My name is Camilla.
Camilla.
Camilla?
Okay.
Hello, my name is Christian Montilla. I am fourth grade.
Okay. Do we have the 5th grade? Nope, 5th grade didn't show up. Okay.
And you're David Allen.
I am David Allen, utility instructor. So just really quickly.
What grade are you in, David?
I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Coming out of pre-K, you'll be all right.
This fantastic partnership with the sponsors and the community, with FGUA. The one thing I just did want to mention would invite not only the commissioners, but everybody who's here in attendance today as you're walking out. The first through third place posters are out in the lobby, so please take a look at those. Just fantastic artwork, and I'm sure these parents are very proud of the work that their kids are doing. So thank you.
Okay. I know you've learned a lot about water since doing the pictures and the painting, and we appreciate you learning all that. But I want to bring to the point that, you know, when we have 2-day-a-week watering and the weather gets real dry, and outside you need to turn that water sprinkler off and go to 1 day, do you know that we save in Pasco County, and actually the Tampa Bay area, we save 30 million gallons from being used every day by going from 2 days a week watering to 1, which is it's amazing. And getting a rainfall of 1.5 to 2 inches in our area with our 3 counties, we also can draw out of the rivers and the water bodies up to 60 million gallons a day to go back in the reservoir to have water for our community. So conservation is very good, and I appreciate everything that you kids have done and to learn about just that. So thank you. Mr. Waitman?
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, to add on to Chairman Oakley's statistics, Chairman, isn't 65% of the water used to water plants fresh drinking water? Isn't that the rough statistic? 65% of water used to water lawns? What is it, 50? 50% of the water used to water your grass and flowers is good quality drinking water that we need to survive. So water conservation is incredibly, incredibly important, and just very proud of you all for taking time to understand how precious of a resource our water is. And thank you to the parents out there for cultivating interest in this subject matter in your kids, because it's a conversation that we'll have our entire lives. So congratulations to everybody who participated, in Fugwa and the team. Good work, and happy to support you guys next year.
Ms. Starkey?
Yes, I've always enjoyed this contest, and congratulations to all of you artists out there and the parents for getting your kids involved in this. And I will for sure go check it all out. But we're happy to have you here. Congratulations.
Ms. Yeager?
Well, congratulations, guys. I was wondering if one of you could share with me how, on your poster, like how you can conserve water.
Ms. Yeager, I think that's perfect, because I think at least 3, if not 4 of the students here have prepared statements they'd like to make before.
Oh,
we
good.
It's a pop quiz.
Can someone turn the mic down for her, please?
Pull the mic down. There you go. There you go.
The end bends.
The very
Mic.
end of it bends.
The end of the mic bends down.
We have the
There
microphone.
you go.
There you go.
Hello, my name is Sienna Carney, and I represent Schrader Elementary. I'm here to speak about pollution. Pollution is not good for the environment. It's not good for animals, the water, earth, and many other things. That is why it's so important to protect our environment. I think that if we work together, we can stop or reduce pollution to create a safer and cleaner world for ourselves and everyone in the future. Earth and nature needs our help. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.
That's amazing. Would anybody else like to share?
No.
No? Okay,
Oh,
come on up.
Good morning, everybody. I am Christian Montilla, 4th grade elementary school. Today I want to talk about my drawing about taking care of the water. Water is very important because our life, every drop counts. So with my drawing, I want to raise audiences among people to take care of it and have a better life on the planet. Thank you for your time. This is my drawing.
Great job. Well, if one of you has a copy of your poster, I would love to frame it in my office. So, congratulations and great job, guys.
Okay. Is that everybody?
We can make that happen for you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Okay. If you come forward, we get pictures, and I guess we
I
can.
think you had one that maybe decided she wants to
Did we miss
speak.
somebody?
Yeah.
Yes, come on up.
There you go.
Thank you. My name is Lucille Fernandez, and I'm in 3rd grade, and I'm representing for the school Countryside Montessori. And even though I don't have a page to talk about anything, it's just an honor to be here. And about my art, I tried to create it to represent the water cycle and how we recycle water and keep this planet healthy. And if we can keep on doing this together, do the things, the fundamentals to help this world, I think there would be a less chance that there would be an apocalypse.
Well said. Well said.
Yes, great job.
Does the board want to stay up here? There seems to be a lot of
No,
people.
we'll go right.
Y'all stay up behind the group. I'll go down.
Megan has them. I'll stand on the outside. Good.
Little one's in front.
Yep, let's get all the students in the middle.
Good, how are you? I know. That's a pretty
your attorney that last one. I know. CEO? I am. Commissioner?
Engineer in the
I
middle.
think the second.
Good. Now we have extras. Did you draw it? No. You can't? I'm gonna stand right in behind here. Okay, everybody, right here, please? Looks like we got you all. Okay, thank you.
Looks good. Thank you all.
Great work.
Congratulations, guys. Good job. Hey. Good job. Wonderful. Just keep up the good work, okay?
They have one. Jack has his name. Thank you.
Okay, we'll move to resolution 2.
Okay, Mr. Tambasco, you are up, sir.
Well,
there was one after another.
How many years?
All right.
It's not even 35. What's the deal?
This is all about you, sir. Okay. So this is resolution number 24-142. A resolution by the Board of County Commissioners of Pasco County, Florida, commending Vito Tambasco for 35 years of dedicated service to Pasco County and congratulating him on his retirement. Whereas Vito Tambasco began his career with Pasco County with the Facilities Management Department as a painter on September 25, 1989, and will be closing out his career as a facilities maintenance supervisor. And whereas Vito's outstanding work ethic was on display and evidenced daily, earning him the respect of all constitutional offices, Pasco County departments, teammates, and citizens, and he has proven himself to be a tremendous leader to those he served. And whereas Vito worked diligently throughout Pasco County using his proficiency in many different trades, conducted early morning inspections, and responded to emergencies at all times of the day or night to ensure safe and well-maintained buildings. During the pandemic, Vito led his team in responding to special requests to keep everyone in Pasco County safe and healthy in the workplace. And whereas Vito and his team have completed countless renovation projects and have received accolades due to their exceptional work. For example, at the West Pasco Judicial Center, Vito and his team remodeled the break room and transformed it into a beautiful modern cafe. And whereas Vito's ability to guide his team and understand their potential is what sets him apart as a leader. As a result, Vito has received Constellation Awards, the 2018 and 2021 Internal Services Leader of the Year Award, the 2019 Star Performer Award, and the 2021 Pasco County Leader of the Year Award. And whereas on June 28, 2024, Vito will retire from the Facilities Management Department and will be greatly missed by all who got the opportunity to work with him. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Pasco County, Florida, that said board hereby expresses its deepest appreciation to Vito Tambasco for his 35 years of dedicated service to the citizens of Pasco County. Done and resolved in regular session with a quorum present and voting this 18th day of June, 2024.
Move approval.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed 4-0.
Well,
Welcome. Thank you very much. Do you have a team here with you too?
Yes, sir. If
Have 'em
if
come
I
up.
may, I would like to say thank you to my wife and children for being here and
Bring 'em
supporting
up.
me all these years.
Bring them up.
I want to say thank you to Amy, who took over the department and changed our department, to Andrew for continuing that change. Jesse Benaric, I know he doesn't like to hear it, but the best manager I ever had by far. Great person, great worker, and the greatest team of techs anybody could ever be honored to work with.
Chairman.
These guys are great.
We have
They
two
really
from the
are.
same department, and we were going to do them together. They can have separate photographs, but
And
Um,
where's Miss Eileen?
where's Miss Eileen? Let's
Miss
bring her up
Eileen?
as well.
Is she in the same department?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, same
Special thanks
department.
Yeah.
to Eileen
Oh.
for all these
We don't
years
want-
and everything else with facilities. Thank you,
They're
sweetheart.
going out together.
But,
Well, let's go ahead and read her
Yeah, yeah.
resolution too.
We're going to read Eileen's
Would you like me to
resolution
read
as well.
Eileen's too, and then, okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, Miss Eileen, come on up. Let me get the right one. Okay, here we go. Okay. This is resolution number 24-143, a resolution by the Board of County Commissioners of Pasco County, Florida, commending Eileen Dubé for her 11 years of dedicated service to Pasco County and congratulating her on her retirement. Whereas Eileen Dubé began her career with Pasco County with Utilities Department on September 16, 2013, and ended her career as a Facility Support Coordinator with the Facilities Management Department. And whereas Eileen has displayed outstanding work ethic, excellent customer service, coordination skills, and the ability to multitask, allowing her to excel and earn the respect of all constitutional offices, Pasco County departments, and customers. And whereas Eileen worked thoroughly on many support tasks, such as scheduling vendors and technicians to make repairs to buildings and structures to keep everyone safe and healthy in the workplace, and using her proficiency to prepare and organize information and reports in support of department maintenance, budgeting, and planning needs. And whereas Eileen provided a pleasant and helpful experience to everyone and used her skills to shine during emergencies and storm events as she worked to assist the facilities maintenance supervisor and other team members. And whereas Eileen has plans to continue serving her community by volunteering at an animal shelter during her retirement. And whereas on May 31st, 2024, Eileen officially retired from the Pasco County Facilities Management Department and will be greatly missed by all who got the opportunity to work with her. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Pasco County, Florida, that said board hereby expresses its deepest appreciation to Eileen Dubé for her 11 years of dedicated service to the citizens of Pasco County. Done and resolved in regular session with a quorum present and voting this 18th day of June, 2024.
Move for approval.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Goodness gracious.
Look at-
What a
look-
great day.
Is
But-
the whole department here?
But, yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
Get you,
Eileen,
Go
can
ahead.
you not retire until after hurricane season? Because it sounds like you're very valuable.
Yeah, what do you know that we don't know?
Lady filling in for me will do just fine.
if I may say one more thing, I know Eric does not like to hear this. Sorry, pal, but I told you I was gonna. Facilities is the best department in Pasco County by far. Sorry.
well, I have a feeling that
Well,
it's a close race on all departments in Pasco County, because I feel the same way about each and every one of you. So, Ms. Starkey, you want to say something?
Well, I just want to congratulate both of you. And Vito, you've had quite a career with us, so I know we're losing another really good one. And I hope you have wonderful plans here in the future. And we thank you for your thoughts on volunteering back with the county and wish you both the best. And there are so many of you down there that I'm going to come down and give these, and then everyone else can stand behind. Does
We'll stay
anyone else
here.
want to say anything?
Sure,
Okay.
we haven't worked together for long,
but thank you both for your 41 years combined dedicated service to Pasco County. And, obviously, the show of support from your teammates and colleagues, tremendous turnout, and appreciate all of you all supporting those who get to retire, and hopefully we keep that formula going and everybody gets to the retirement at some point in life. So enjoy your time. Thank you for all you've done for us, and congratulations.
Did you have something else to say?
Congratulations, enjoy retirement, and thank you both for your service to the county.
I would congratulate both of you on your retirement. I know it'll be different, not having to get up and come in to work. So I'm sure that you've trained people laterally and below you, and to do that work for you, to step up in that position. So I know facilities does a great job, and I know on the east side, every time we call, we get things done. So it's really great to have the kind of people we have that work in facilities. So pretty amazing the work they do, and be able to match up things at times when we change a few things. So it really works out great. So thank you. So go ahead and come up here, and we'll get a picture. Everybody. Come on. Yeah.
Some expendable guys up here.
Oh, they'll be fine.
How are you?
We'll let them know about it.
I think you will.
The ladder.
Get everybody right here,
I never understand how that gets on.
Looks good, thank you. Extra wide.
Great job. All right, guys. Hey, by the way, who's working today?
Mr. Oakley is.
Yeah, I guess so. That's right. Got everybody here that works.
Got some good ones today.
Oh, wait till you see the presentation at 11:30.
Okay, that ends the resolutions, correct?
It does, yes.
Now, AC 90. Jeff, how do we deal with AC 90, the walk-on? Is this part of the consent? Is this part of the R? Because I've never seen AC. Is that addendum consent? Is that just loaded with all consent? Because I got to make sure that goes through. Okay. We missed it last meeting somehow.
Okay, so now's the time, that ends our resolutions, and now's the time for our consent agenda. I have a pull sheet that has pull C7 withdrawal, C12 pull and revise, C16 withdrawal, C33 pull and revise, N67 withdrawal. Had so many on the sheet. Is there any other items you wish to pull to revise or discuss?
I don't have the,
Pull sheet.
I don't have a pull sheet.
Did we just have,
I have nothing. I'd like to see what that was. Do you have a copy? Okay.
We can share it.
We can share it.
Maybe they don't know we're supposed to eat one.
any other item?
C7.
Commissioner Oakley?
Okay.
Yes.
C12.
We couldn't hear on the record because it was too loud in the back, so do you mind rereading that for the record?
Okay, I'll reread
Thank you.
this, it'll be fine.
Decrease.
All right, on the pull sheet, I have C7, withdrawal, C12, pull and revise. C16, withdraw. C33, pull and revise. And N67, withdraw. Is any other items board member wish to pull? If not, I'll entertain a motion for the rest of the items on the consent agenda.
I'd make that motion to approve, making sure we have that AC one included.
Including the addendum is all you
Including the
need.
addendum.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That motion passed 4-0. We'll move on to, C7's withdrawn. Mr. Baxter, C12, pull and revise.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Andrew Baxter, Facilities Management Director. We are revising this memo. The title included a decrease of 361121 as the reduction. However, it should have been inclusive of the reduction in scope that was also part of this project. And so the decrease now will be $265,514.50. And so that closes out this contract coming in under budget, and then that returns to the CIP program.
Right. Okay,
We'll spend it.
got a motion?
Move approval.
Second.
Got a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion passed 4-0. Move on, C16 is withdrawn. C33 is pulled and revised. And Ms.
Here comes Marcy. We have 2 copies here, one signed, one unsigned.
Okay. Good run up there.
Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, Marcy Esberg, Director of Community Development. These are agreements for the groundbreaking that you came to yesterday. So we did have to make 2 corrections. For the unsigned agreement for Magnolia Oaks, we removed the Pasco County, Florida Federally Assisted Housing, Inc., DBA, from the first paragraph of the agreement, and we corrected page numbers 42 through 45. The revisions to the signed agreement were correcting the page numbers 46 through 49.
Okay.
Move to approve?
Second.
We got a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed 4-0.
I'm sorry I
Thank
had
you.
to miss that groundbreaking. I know it's been a long time coming, my goodness.
It certainly, but you'll be there for the
Absolutely.
ribbon cutting.
Absolutely. And
18 months.
I'll be stopping by all the time. I drive by there all the time.
That's a great project, so. Okay. That ends, man, we're moving around here pretty quick. So,
36
Get
is
my
a
sheet.
times
I'm certain at 11:30.
certain, and then you have 37, which is a bid protest.
okay,
Yeah, we can do that one.
so we do 37, R37.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Welcome.
Carrie Roberts, Purchasing Director for the county. We're here to talk about R37, the bid protest of the county administrator's decision for Safe Air Corporation, award to Rossman Enterprises, DBA Magnagrip Corporation for the bid number IFB KEM 24-038 for direct source diesel exhaust capture systems for fire stations. There's no funding on this item. I'd like to put into the record that we did replace one of the documents you had in your packet. The document takers document has been replaced with the new one that you have in front of you. There were no other changes than that. Board members, this is the bid protest. The timeline for the project was as follows. We opened bids on February 6th of 2024. We received 2 bids, one from Rossman Enterprises, that's DBA of Magnagrip, and Safe Air Corporation. On 3/5 of 24, we met with Magnagrip as the low bidder. That was staff met at the fire station to go over their bid to make sure that it fit the specs and to make sure there were no outstanding questions. Staff present included facilities and fire and purchasing. On 3/18, we issued the notice of intent to award to Magnagrip as the low bidder. On 3/25, purchasing received a timely protest from Safe Air. On 4/15, the county administrator denied Safe Air's protest. And then on 4/29 of 24, Safe Air requested a review in front of you all as the Board of County Commissioners. The protest that was dated on 3/25, it was submitted timely. The Safe Air protest has stated that Magnagrip's product did not meet the specifications, that their product was inferior and unproven, and may create a patent infringement. The county's response dated 4/15 was that we denied the protest, the county administrator denied that protest. Safe Air then responded back to the denial of the protest on 4/29. They requested that they come to you to review the protest. County staff then engaged a third-party engineer, Engineering Matrix, as an independent third party to review the product against the specifications to make sure that it was in line. Engineering Matrix, Inc. determined that Magnagrip's product did meet the specifications. Our recommendation as staff is that you uphold the decision by the county administrator to deny the protest by Safe Air per section 2.124G2 of the purchasing ordinance. We do have both Magnagrip and Safe Air here to speak with you today. If you don't have any questions for me, we'd invite Safe Air as the protester to speak first.
Okay, any questions? Seeing none, they can come up. Please state your name and address for the record.
Hi, my name is Stephen Burge. My address is 709 South Harbor City Boulevard, Melbourne, Florida, and I'm here on behalf of Safe Air. And this is Mr. Wayne Lutz, the CEO of Safe Air. He has some packets he'd like to hand you. And we also have
Move to
Mr.
receive and file.
Got a second? I need a second.
I'll second.
All right. I got a motion and a second to receive and file. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion passed 4-0. Okay.
So first of all, thank you, Commissioners, for your time. I'm going to try to keep this short. We only have a few minutes. I'm going to go over some things, and we also have Mr. Wayne Love, CEO, and Mr. Reggie Smith, managing partner, if you have any specific questions. But I'd like to go over the highlights of our protest. Safe Air is the leading provider of air filtration systems and environmental products. With regards to this protest, I want to highlight two of the products. The first is Safe Air's controller. This is a patented controller that measures carbon monoxide and nitrogen dioxide levels. And if they're too high, it provides email and call notifications to warn people. I mean, these are going in fire stations, going other places, but this is a life safety issue to monitor these levels. And Safe Air is the sole provider of ply movement products. With regards to that, they have what's called their MX nozzle. It hangs down at the end of these hoses and it connects to the exhaust of the equipment. And that'll come in important in a little bit. But those are two key products. They have others, but those are two key products related to this protest I'd like to point out. In 2017, the county, after looking around, began working with Safe Air to determine how best to retrofit all of the fire stations in the county with Safe Air products. As part of this, Safe Air went around to all of the fire stations. They created, and you can see there's engineering drawings, including electrical drawings of every fire station in the county, because that's the work they put in ahead of time. They also worked with the county to create the FEMA grant and to submit that, and that's the funding that's coming for this proposal is from a FEMA grant, or at least 90% of it. And also, as a result of this, they were awarded as a subcontractor 5 of the new fire stations to be installed. They're still working on some of them. They're not all installed yet, but 5 of the fire stations are being installed with Safe Air products. Additionally, new vehicles are being installed to be compatible with Safe Air products. I mean, these are things that they're doing that we're moving forward. And just to put it in perspective, approximately $540,000 has been spent by the county so far investing in Safe Air products within its fire stations, or will be by the time this is over with existing contracts. However, after the FEMA grant was awarded, the county bid out the rest of the 20 fire stations. As a side note, before I get into the issues with the Magnagrip bid, if Safe Air is not awarded this contract, Magnagrip and Safe Air, they are not compatible. There's no interoperability. So the equipment that's going to be equipped with MagnaGrip equipment, they won't work in the Safe Air fire stations and vice versa. So you're going to have an interoperability problem with the existing ones that you've already done if Safe Air is not awarded this. And I also did want to point out that Pasco County Code allows for direct sole source contracts to keep standardization across its system, and that's a permissible thing that the code allows. But after the bids were evaluated, the staff decided that MagnaGrip, as the lowest bidder, would be awarded the contract. And it appears, and you'll see this as I go through, that the issue solely was related to price. There are two issues with MagnaGrip's bid. The first is that it's not responsive. MagnaGrip cannot meet the bid requirements. And this is in, I don't know if you've read the letter, it's included in your agenda packet. I'm just going to try to keep highlights, but there's a requirement in the bid that there be a controller that monitors carbon monoxide and nitrogen dioxide levels and sends out emails and phone calls if they reach unsafe levels. That is a requirement in the bid. As we stated, Safe Air has a patent for that technology. MagnaGrip cannot provide the requirement that's in the bid. We believe that the county used Safe Air's other stuff that it was using for these existing 5 fire stations to come up with its bid. But the reality is, absent a patent infringement lawsuit, MagnaGrip cannot deliver the county the requirements that the bid stated. They just can't do it. A copy of the patent is included in the agenda packet items that we submitted to you. This isn't something we're just making up. This is a real patent. It's been litigated before. It's a valid patent, and MagnaGrip cannot meet the bid requirements. And as such, it's not responsive. You will not get the requirements that are in the bid. MagnaGrip cannot provide. And I've cited again some case law in the letter to explain the importance of responsiveness and that non-responsive bidders should not be awarded contracts. The second issue is responsibility. I'm sure the Commission's familiar with the issue of lowball bidders. In fact, as I understand it, there was one of the fire stations being built. There was an issue with the general contractor going bankrupt. A lowball bid, couldn't complete it, led to bonding issues. It's an issue. It's a big issue when a bidder comes in with a lowball price, and then you're left with either the bid not being able to be completed or significant amounts of change orders that cost the county significant money, time, and effort. And along those lines, the reason we know that the bid is low is because as part of this 5-year 2017 process and these engineering drawings, my client reviewed all of the electrical panels, and you can see in each of those packets there's a drawing and then there's an electrical drawing. Many of these stations don't have adequate, their breaker panels, and I have Mr. Lutz can fill in some of the details, but the breaker panels are full. There's no room for additional electrical, and it's going to require electrical plans, electrical design, and electrical changes, which requires engineering. Again, I will let Mr. Lutz come after me and explain some of the details, but we're talking about approximately $240,000 in engineering plans and each of the city-specific permits that need to be accounted for. That is, from we can tell from the public records we've received, MagnaGrip did not account for it all. This is going to lead to, again, either change orders or failure of the contract. If you look at the actual bid and what occurred, and this is in the letter as well, there are 20 stations. As part of the bid process, only 9 of those stations were visited and inspected. So MagnaGrip's not aware of what's at the other 11 stations and what's required. As part of its process beforehand, Safe Air is aware, and they have the engineering drawings to show it, and those are included in the packet we gave you. Overall, we would really request that you review this information and determine that MagnaGrip is not a responsive or responsible bidder and award this to Safe Air. Alternatively, we would request that you reject all bids and order a new bidding that takes into account the issues we're bringing up. I mean, because this is a life safety issue for our firefighters. This isn't, we're not putting trees in parks. I mean, this is life safety equipment for firefighters and fire stations. This is a big deal. And with that, you know, you could also table this issue. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, Station 20, our clients are giving the demonstration on how to use their new product. You can go watch that. Everything I said, you can review. We have backup in there, and you can do your own investigation. Look, this is a big issue with lives on the line. So if you are interested in what we've said, you know, at the very least, table this issue, do some investigation, and then come back and revisit it if you need to. But otherwise, we would ask that you find that Magna Grip is not responsive or responsible and award the contract to Safe Air. And I have Mr. Lutz for any questions, and myself as well.
Okay. Any questions?
Well, I have some questions, but I think it's more to staff than the
Okay.
applicant.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Wayne Lutz. I'm Chief Executive Officer of Safe Air Corporation in the supplying of fire stations for nearly 45 years. We're the largest manufacturer, about 85% market share in the country. We've been working with Pasco County for 4 years, since Station 38, where with Fleischman Garcia, we basically did the engineering to evaluate how we were going to do the stations. They continued on that process of setting up the specifications that best suited the firefighters in Pasco County. So, like my attorney said, we are under contract right now for 20, which will be starting up tomorrow, 17, which was the bankrupt contractor that we basically got involved backwards with the bonding company. So as far as knowing the details of Pasco County, there's nobody greater than us that understands your fire stations inside out. And for low-budget contractors, and Magna Grip does this all the time, they'll come in, lowball it, and they'll change order you to death. In ending, I'll say this. We're so confident of our product will have a 100% warranty for the life of the equipment, no questions asked. So that's just like a bumper-to-bumper warranty. You'll have no skin in the game. We were the ones that basically gave the pricing for the grant, which was $1.4 million. To let that money go and not utilize it to the best of your ability and our ability is a waste of federal taxpayer funds. You only have 10% of the game. So think about it. Again, we invite you to see what we're doing at Station 20 tomorrow, and we appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Staff come back. Okay. Do you feel the
Mr.
product
Chairman,
we're getting?
if I could interrupt, I think for process, I would rather you have the
Magna?
Magna Grip
Okay, I
present
wondered if they were
first,
here.
and then
Yes, ma'am.
ask all your questions
Okay.
of staff.
I didn't realize they were there. Name and address for the record.
Good morning. My name is Greg Roach, 11449 Deerfield, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45243. I'm the Director of Sales at Magna Grip. I have a short statement. I'll read that, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Good morning. Magna Grip has been designing, selling, manufacturing, and installing equipment to provide clean air to its customers since 1982. We've revolutionized the industry by replacing pneumatic connections to fire apparatus with a magnetic connection nozzle that quickly became the industry standard. Our American-made and American-owned family company has equipment installed in thousands of stations nationwide. Magna Grip is the manufacturer of its products and sells direct to its customers. Magna Grip is proud to sell direct to Pasco County and all of Florida. We're also pleased to serve Pasco County by meeting all specifications set forth in the invitation to bid for the direct source capture system for the fire stations within the county. We are happy to address any specific concerns or questions regarding our proposals or points within the protest received by the county. Otherwise, we've enjoyed and looking forward to working with the county and the fire department. Thank you.
Okay. So, you have any questions? for him, or your staff to come up and we'll ask them questions?
I don't know if it's appropriate to say, will you guarantee that there won't be change orders?
We've met specifications within the ITB, and we're happy to go through that point by point. I do have a few notes. That's impossible for me to say that answer at this point.
Well, I think our purchasing agent's coming up.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Along those lines, we did reach out to the references provided, and there were no concerns from the other clients about excessive change orders or failure to meet specs.
Okay. I guess I do have a question. If we have one style in some of the firehouses, how does that affect a style in a different firehouse?
It's my understanding that there's an adapter, but I'm going to let Chief Perez explain a little better.
Okay.
Good morning, Tony Perez, Fire Chief at Pasco County Fire Rescue. Good morning. No, so I was at that meeting at Station 9 with Magna Grip, and that was one of the questions that was presented. And we went through the meeting, we did a hands-on display or demonstration. They had an adapter that was able to attach to the Plymavent system that would capture that exhaust. So we went through those.
Was the cost of that adapter part of the bid, or is that in addition?
That was part of the bid for the stations that currently have the Plymavent system. So when we started building these fire stations through facilities and the negotiation and collaboration, Plymavent was included in that. So now that we went out for a bid and we were granted the bid and we went to the lowest bidder, Magna Grip came in first place, or won the bid, or was awarded the bid. So that's where we met with the gentleman from Magna Grip, and we went through this process at Station 9.
And did we use the other company's drawings to go out for the bid?
No, ma'am. It's my understanding that when we were going for the grant award, we did ask for some specifications. We did ask them for a quote, I'm sorry. They provided us a quote. We did not ask them for drawings. They offered the drawings to fire department staff. They sent the drawings, but those drawings were not used as part of the grant process.
And are we losing $1.4 million? What?
No, ma'am. We're taking advantage of the grant, and it will be for the awarded amount.
Okay. I guess those were my questions.
I'm not sure about the specifics of the grant. If we can use the remaining money on the table for anything else, that's kind of outside my purview.
Okay.
And not from there.
You need to come up to the mic.
You can't answer from back there.
The money can be used as long as it's within the realm of the project. Again, at that point, that is a decision between FEMA and the county, but the money can be used for any number of things. In fact, you can also go back to FEMA and say, we request to use it in a totally different way. It takes a little bit more paperwork, but in terms of using the money for the remaining money, in terms of the scope of the project, it's typical, but that's all.
Okay, Chairman?
Yes, Mr. Waitman.
Thank you, Chair. This is, I guess, a procedural question, well, two questions, but one's procedurally. So, Safe Air has been doing business in Pasco as a sub to a prime contractor.
Yes, sir.
That's their involvement here.
Yes, sir.
So, because a prime contractor picked a sub, Safe Air's argument is simply saying because they were a sub, now the county's handcuffed in having to use them because at no choice of our own, they were picked to be a sub on other projects. So if that's the case, that really is a hindrance to the procurement process and getting bids if systems aren't compatible.
Correct.
And then you're looking at, potentially sole source opportunities, which then eliminates the opportunity for a competitive bid. That's
Yes.
concerning to me, for one, because these are high-dollar infrastructure projects for our stations. So, do you have any comments on this scenario?
Yes, sir. So we do not specify, unless absolutely necessary, the name brand of the system. We typically tend to use performance-based specs where we say it has to accomplish X, Y, and Z. That way, any system can fit the need. In this case, we are able to utilize their system with an adapter that hooks in. So we are not sole sourced into that one system.
Okay, and then next question is for Chief. So Chief, do you have any concerns with the staff recommendation for the awardee? Any concerns to your troops that are living there, working there, with using the system as compared to the other?
No, sir. No concerns.
Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
So there's a savings in this bid.
Yes, sir. The MagnaGrip system is $1,059,877, and the Safe Air bid was $1,560,000,
Okay,
Wait, say those numbers again?
roughly $400,000 savings.
about $440,000.
400,000.
Yes, ma'am.
And that gentleman's standing up, so I think he wanted to, we gave Magna
All right, let
an
you come
opportunity.
forward
I
to
feel.
speak. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Come forward.
I recommend you folks, like I said, I've been involved, I was one of the members that got FEMA AFG grant started back in 2002. If you don't believe or do believe, whoever you want to believe, and that's why we're coming to you, call Kathy Peterson at FEMA headquarters on K Street in Washington and ask her about using supplemental funds left over, and you will get an answer, and it's not his answer. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to lose 1.4 million to save 400,000, so I think we need that answer.
Ma'am, we're not going to lose the funding. The bid specifications, at the bid process, we're going to be awarded the grant amount. We're only going to use 1.1 million on it, on this project, but we have supplemental funds left over there, because there's about 300,000 left. We can use it for related systems. So we don't have to use the entire amount in one fell swoop with this bid. We can use it for related systems. So we're not going to lose the award,
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Chair.
as the grant specifies.
Yeah, I just, going forward, I guess, is best management practice within this process, if there are potential conflicts between equipment that subs use that could interfere in a bidding process, I guess, let's not be naive to that. And that way there's not a conflict. That way all equipment, if we get a better price on one brand over other, they work seamlessly in concert together, and it sounds like this will happen here.
And basically, we've been told that this basically is the same type of equipment, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, so I appreciate Safe Air's commitment to Pasco County and keeping firefighters safe all across the nation, it seems, and doing business here, and we welcome friendly competition in our market. We want the best contractors that we can in Pasco County, but with that, I'll make a motion to uphold staff approval.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second?
Second.
Yeah, that would
Mr.
be,
Stansfield?
that would be to deny the protest.
Correct.
Correct.
Oh, that's the motion? To
Yeah.
deny the protest, and I have a second to that. Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Hearing none, it passes 4-0. Okay, thank you.
Your group here, 11:30.
Because item 38
looking to see.
would be the award.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So change motion for this one.
And we're back. Director?
And Chief Tony Perez, Fire Chief.
For this item, it is R36, the award of bid number IFB.
38.
I'm sorry, 38. IFB KEM 24038 to Rossman Enterprises, Inc., EBA MagnaGrip Direct Source Diesel Exhaust Capture System for fire stations. The presentation is basically the same. If you have any questions, I can repeat the numbers if you'd like, but you have all the information in your packet. We just request award.
Move approval on R38.
Got a motion
Second.
and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed 4-0. Thank you. All right, we move, what time we got?
Mr. Chairman, all the recipients and participants for your 11:30 are here if you wanted to
Oh, they are
proceed.
here, so we'll bring them forward. We're good.
Reinhardt, huh? Yeah, Mitch. Reinhardt. Yes?
R36.
And there she is. Okay. This is very special. I'm sorry Jack's not here. He'll watch the video later. Or don't you have a presentation? Yeah. Well, he'll watch the video of this. This is live on YouTube. I think it's YouTube.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Good morning. Yes, still morning, we'll lighten it up a little bit, but we do have
Right.
important message also. So my name is Reinhard Seip, and I'm here to talk about an international project from the Rotary Club of Newport Richey and Rotary International. Why are we here? We have a project that was built on the relationship established between Pasco County and Germersheim in Germany. And my goal here is to create awareness about the German dual education system, where practical training in the workplace and theoretical education at a vocational school are combined, and how we might be able to use that here. How we got there is that Pasco County and Germersheim district have a relationship already, which included visits by county officials from Pasco to Germany and student exchanges between River Ridge and Germersheim schools. And commissioners have a special interest in this particular region of Germany because it's a high-tech region where Mercedes and Siemens and Carl Zeiss and companies like that are settled. So we had 2 years ago, I think it was, we had the German ambassador Andreas Siegel here, and we signed the document of friendship between Pasco and the Germersheim Landkreis. Where do
Their
I
government.
fit?
Landkreis is their government.
Where do I fit into this? A couple of things. One, I do manage a local business here in Trinity, which is defense and industrial. I am a product of that dual education system. I'm a member of the Pasco EDC Global Competitive Committee, where we're trying to bring companies into this county, mainly international companies. And I'm also a member of the Newport Richey Rotary and serve on that international committee. So Germersheim is a town, city in the southwestern part of Germany on the near the French border. When I heard about all this going on, I decided I needed to go there and see if we couldn't also have a friendship between our Rotaries. So I went there and I was welcomed, and we created a friendship between the Rotary Club of Germersheim and the one of Newport Richey. As you can see on some of these pictures, I was lucky. It's also a beautiful area, wine region of Germany.
And I think, France is right over those
You head
mountains.
right on the French border, so you can pretty much walk or bike there. And so it's beautiful. And so why are we doing this? One, we're doing this for these two guys. We wanted to make sure they see something they would have never seen, and I'm sure they'll talk about it. And it's a great experience that they will probably remember for the rest of their life. But I also had another motive from my Pasco EDC part of it. Pasco, as you guys well know, is somewhat of a bedroom community, and only 6% or so of our tax base comes from industry. And when all your taxes come from residential, where you have basically a balance, you're never going to be rich. So for industry to settle here, whenever I talk to companies, the first question they ask me is, if we move here, will we have access to skilled workforce? The answer used to be no. The answer now is, well, we do, but also we are training skill now. We have AMP-Skill, we have Marchman, we have schools like that where we're training a skilled workforce. So now my answer to them is yes. And the reason we picked Germany again is because they are just the vocational leader, Germany and Switzerland, in this type of training. So the goal here was for Newport Richey and Pasco sponsor young professionals to intern in Germany, learn about their apprenticeship programs. When they come back, they can tell us a lot of things about how wonderful it was over there, but also how professional those trained people are. First thing what we started last year, we took 2 young people from Germersheim, brought them here, had them work in Pasco companies, and this worked out great, and then we send them back, and then this year, we went and sent those 2 guys over to Germany in May, and we're here to learn about their experience. And let me sum this up, though. Yeah, Pasco could benefit from a more diverse tax base where industry is a larger portion. And for industry to come to Pasco, they require access to skilled workforce. We can create skill by educating talent. And the schools that we have in place for that are there. They need to be properly funded. They need to be grown. And my job is to, one, to raise awareness with the community, with the students, but also with the board. Very important that we do this. We had this year, last year, we have a great opportunity. It's unintended consequences. Everybody was talking about forgiving student loans, which is put a focus on student loans. And when I talk to the leaders of Marchman or AmSkills, where in the past they had a real problem even getting kids in because the kids didn't know, the parents didn't want it. Now they have capacity, they're full, because people realize you can go through a training program, get a well-paying job, and no student loan. So I'll let these guys talk a little bit.
I think before Mitch comes up, Tyler, Tyler's here representing AmSkills. Can you talk about the program that Mitch went through before Mitch comes up and speaks, maybe a little bit? Yeah.
My name's Tyler, project manager with AmSkills.
Tyler Modano.
Tyler Modano. Yeah. Mitch went through our program, 2017, and it is a program designed to help individuals to learn new skills, to get exposure into the industry of manufacturing. And we run a program. It's not the same program he went through. We've changed it a little bit, but it's a 1-week boot camp program where we introduce individuals to, again, different hands-on skills in electrical and mechanical, and it's geared towards Pasco County utilities. And so last week we actually held another program with 12 students, and Mitch came through and was able to give them some insight into how he went through a similar program and is now employed with the county and has a very great career ahead of him because of that. And so this program, again, is designed to help people to get into Pasco County utilities, to manufacturing jobs, to launch a career, and these students that went through our program last week now have an opportunity they're interning with the county, and that could lead to a career for them. And so we're here to hear Mitch's story on, with how his trip was with Germany, but also this is an example of how he went through a similar program and was able to then come back and teach some of these younger adults, what this could lead to. So congratulations to you, and we're happy for your successes.
All right, which one of you is going first? And did you send us photos? You guys have photos?
I do.
Okay, awesome.
I'm Mitchell Wilkins with Pasco County Utilities. I work as a lead pump station mechanic. I started AmSkills around 2017. It was a Tuesday, Thursday kind of thing where after school, I learned how to use hand tools, CNC machinery, pretty much just to work with my hands for about 3 to 4 hours each day. I did that for about 2 hours, and I had a 3-month internship with Pasco County Utilities. I worked with wastewater on the east side of the county. I worked there for 3 months, and the boss liked me so much, he told me that he wanted to hire me, but I didn't have a high school diploma because I was only about 17. So I had to finish high school, and the day I got my diploma, I called the boss, and I told him, I would like to work here, and I started that next week. So I've been working with Pasco County Utilities for about 4 years now. I love it. I'm enjoying it. You can't really beat the benefits or anything like that, But I worked with Energie Südwest over in Landau, Germany, and that's me driving a Mercedes Unimog It's an 8-speed manual. It was really cool. I haven't driven anything like that before. So they were working, they do water, natural gas, and electricity, and they have special fittings that we don't really use. We have compression fittings that are threaded. These push right on. They're like quick connect fittings, and I thought they were really cool just because it just seemed very simple and easy. They're very organized over there, which I really like, you know. They have wraparounds to repair pipes, which I liked. Was a little bit different than ours because we have flip around studs, which are a little bit of pain to work with when you're hanging down in a hole with a harness and trying to wrangle it with one hand. You know, that allows you to just hold it down with one hand and hit it with the impact, and it's a very quick repair, very inexpensive, and I just thought that was a great idea. That's an example of one of the lift stations. They don't have very many lift stations in the area. In Pasco County, we have around 822 lift stations that we manage. On the west side, I manage around 100 by myself, and we have about 4 mechanic crews on each side. They only had 10. It was a very small area, you know, but it's cool to see the differences of what they do versus what we do. This is one of their water services. It's very similar to what we use. They have 2 backflows, similar to what we use as well. I just helped them with that job. They were putting in a door on the house, and the water service was in the way, so they had to relocate the water service. So we had to dig a trench outside and run that inside, and a lot different from what we do because we don't really do the customer side in the county. So going into a customer's house is a little bit different, you know, and especially since they have basements and we don't around here. I've never been in a basement before. You know, a little scary, if I'm going to be honest, you know. The big issue that we have right now within our department is that we've been trying to secure pumps that would fit our uses, but the issue, I believe, is we're locked in with a contract with Barnes and Hydromatic, and those pumps are inexpensive and they work, but they don't fit our application a lot of the time. The issue is a lot of people, they flush down flushable wipes and grease and rags and stuff like that, which clog up our pumps, and they cause it ragging, which causes us to come 2-3 times a week to pull these pumps and clean them. Wheelo is a very good brand that we started using, but we're having issues securing funds to be able
Are you
to.
a plant? Go on, Mitch, I'm just
Yes,
teasing
ma'am.
you.
But we really like these
No,
Wheelo pumps
when in
because they
Rome,
have
right?
recessed impellers, which prevent the ragging from happening. And we would really like to start using Wheelo pumps in the area. This is a small water pump they use for metering purposes, but they use KSV pumps and Wheelo pumps over there, which they're very happy with. And I would love to make the switch to Wheelo just because they work very well.
I love it.
This is an example of how their repump systems work. I just thought it was cool because their control panels look just about the same as ours, just a little bit different in a sense. But the issue is I couldn't read most of the stuff because it was in German, you know. That was a big thing I wish I did before I went on the trip, is learn a little bit more German. I had to learn as I went, but we had a lot of free time while we were over there as well.
Yeah,
There
where are
were
those pictures?
I put mainly work pictures
That's
there, you know.
funny. I was expecting Germany pictures. I
Those on the
I
I'm
love
happy
it.
to go around and show everybody. I probably have over 1,200 pictures of the trip just because
Yeah.
my mom, she's big on pictures and I'm not, so she told me she would be
I'm
very
sure she
mad at me
loved
if I
these.
didn't take pictures. So I made sure I took plenty of pictures. I think that's the last one I put on there.
Mitch, it was your first time flying, right?
Yes, ma'am. I've never been out of the country. I've only been out of the state twice my whole life, and I've never been away from the house more than 4 days. So it was a big change from being away from home after 3 weeks. And it was a beautiful country, but I gotta say, after the second week, I was already missing home. You know, once you live in a country your whole life, especially this country, you learn to love it. And you know, no matter how good another country seems, you never can really leave home. You know. But we had a lot of free time, luckily, between their federal holidays and time after work, you know.
And their work week is shorter, right?
Yeah, they work 38 hours, but a lot of their shifts are a lot longer. And so they end up with a surplus of hours near the end of the week, so their government requires them to actually take a half day on Friday. So we got out on Fridays, which was very nice. We got to wine festivals, we visited castles, we got to see the local cities, which was very nice. Stevie and I, out of our own pocket, we decided to go to Paris, France. We went for a weekend there. We got to see the Eiffel Tower, Arc de Triomphe, you know. It was an amazing experience, and we really were happy with the opportunity to do that, you know. Especially something I've never really done before. It was a different process for sure, you know.
It's awesome that you went.
That's great.
Yes, ma'am, I appreciate it.
Yep. Now I hear from Stevie. Unless you guys have questions for me, or you want to wait till Stevie's done?
No, we'll wait after.
I wrote my speech down, otherwise I would have forgot things. I do have pictures. We can either show it while I'm talking, or I can go over them after. But good morning, my name is Stevie Marup, and I currently work as a vet tech for Animal Services. I was sent to work in Tier Clinic in Germany. At the end of last year, we actually had Wilhelm, he was on one of the slides in the past, stay with us here, and he talked about all of the things that he got to see and do over there. So when I heard I had this opportunity, I was intimidated and very excited. Wilhelm actually greeted me there the day I landed and gave me a tour of the facility, and made the transition into work, despite the jet lag, very smooth and easy. This institution stands as a beacon of hope and healing, embodying the best of veterinary care, technology, and compassion. When you enter this German animal hospital, you immediately notice the attention to detail and efficiency that is the hallmarks of German engineering and medical practices. The scope of services offered at the hospital is truly remarkable. From wellness exams to complex surgeries and emergency care, the facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology. The advancement underscores their dedication to providing the highest standard of care. Germany and Europe as a whole tend to be the first place new machines and medicines start out in our medical field. For example, May of 2023, the US introduced a new drug called Librela. It's an osteoarthritis medication that is in an injection form given to your dog and repeated monthly. However, this same drug has been used in the UK and Europe since 2020 with amazing results. While working there, I was able to scrub in on some surgeries and shadow in others. The hospital had multiple surgery wards, a dental suite, and 10 plus doctors of different specialties. Surgeries included anything from the routine spay and neuters to advanced orthopedics and everything in between. One thing that set them aside from any other hospital I have ever had a pleasure of working at is that many things were done the same day, no matter how advanced the surgery was if the doctor was available. Working at Animal Services, rabies is a huge part of what we monitor for public safety. Our protocols are strict, and we work closely with the state lab on possible exposure, protocols, and testing. This was a major difference when over in Germany. Their rabies is not a threat. It is not mandated to have your animals vaccinated for rabies unless they're being transported in from other areas that are not open border policies. This is because Germany considers themselves to be rabies-free due to no outbreaks. Beyond the advanced technology and medical expertise, what truly makes the hospital special is the compassion and empathy shown by its staff. Each team member understands the deep bond between pets and their owners. They offer not just medical care, but emotional support, guided families through both joyous and difficult times with kindness and understanding. I learned that a German animal hospital is much more than a place of medical treatment. It is a sanctuary of compassion, innovation, and unwavering dedication to the well-being of animals. It exemplifies the best of what veterinary medicine can offer, and it stands as a testament to the profound connection that we share with our animal companions. On the days that were holidays or on the weekends, like Mitchell had said, Rotary Club members would reach out to us and be our guides around Germany. We hiked mountains, explored many different castles, visited cathedrals, and embraced the history that is Germany. Where we stayed was considered wine country, and even after a long hike, you still hydrated with wine, not water. Germany was filled with great food, great wine, and great beer. I learned very quickly you don't just say no to anything when offered. Try it all. Even if you don't think you will like it, still try it. I also got to explore France on my days off due to being so close to the border. We spent a day in Strasbourg admiring one of the Notre Dame cathedrals, a night in Reisenberg at a block party eating Flammkuchen, and even drove 5.5 hours for a weekend in Paris and Disneyland. Couldn't pass that up. This trip allowed me an opportunity to connect with my late grandmother's childhood best friend from when my great-grandfather, a lieutenant general for the U.S. Army, was stationed in Germany during World War II. I heard stories about them rollerblading in the general's house, sneaking into movie theaters on base, and traveling trains across country alone at 10 years old, just to be able to see each other. For this connection, I will always be grateful for this opportunity the program created for me.
So what is this that you're taking a picture of? Tierlink.
So that is the outside of my clinic. The
Clinic,
was
okay.
extremely large. That's the name of the clinic, Tier Clinic. So that was just kind of the visual. I tried to take one from the other angle, but all you saw was giant glass doors. You couldn't see the building because it was so large. And then I know right there is actually a plasma machine, cold plasma machine. It regenerates stem cells. They use it daily on animals with injuries, a lot of the time like skin lesions. That's just what it looks like inside. That was one of the surgery wards. That was actually the orthopedic one. There's a giant TV in the back, and you can actually either put up the surgery that's going to happen, or they can make the enlargement bigger, so while they're working on the animal, they can also see it on the screen. That is an endoscopy room, so just like in humans, we're able to do that in animals, and we'll go down their nose or throat and be able to see the insides and take samples. That is what they call the cat detention center. It is glass doors, so the cats cannot escape. It is very open, so they can also see if you need help. That is one of the 8 surgery wards. They run 2 tables in that wing. That is also the visual if anyone wanted to watch it being done. They're
that's
allowed to
amazing.
stand outside those glass doors.
Very cool.
And then that is actually the dental ward. There was about 7 tables. They do x-rays, surgical procedure, jaw removals, everything in that little room. Dentals are not considered clean, so they want to keep it separated from everywhere else. That was a catheter and pulling blood from it. Germany is very good with their waste usage, so we actually didn't use syringes or needles when we pull blood. It's actually a catheter placed in the vein, and then you let it drip into your blood tubes.
Wow.
And then that's me again.
Well, I am so excited that you had this opportunity, and we plan to keep this going, for sure. So, and Reinhardt, thank you so much for your putting this together, really. And I know we'll welcome 2 German young professionals sometime next year, and we'll reciprocate. I hope so. We have to talk about that. And I actually hope to expand this maybe to some other countries. We need to get back with Bill and work on our friendship agreements. I'd love to have one in Switzerland as well. But do any of you want to say anything?
I just think that sounds amazing. What a cool experience, and just the culture, right? The huge changes. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so glad you guys got to do that, and I hope too we can expand it to another country because it sounds amazing.
I will say that the German fellow that came and worked at our animal clinic, or he mentioned that we could use some upgrades on our facility. So I have to put a plug in for him. Yeah. So I think we're in the works on that. We are in design, or we have some money for designing something. But I don't think our facilities, now that was a private facility, not a public facility. But no doubt we can always do better. So.
Well, I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing your pictures and all from it. So I know y'all had a great time, and a learning experience you'll never forget it. So it'll stay with you a long time. So hopefully we'll have that same experience in the reverse for others. So, and then us be able to send more in the future.
Yes.
So it'd be great.
So we used to do this exchange with River Ridge High School's German language program, but before COVID, just before COVID or during COVID, they killed it. So Germersheim was sending us high school students, and frankly, they sent more over here than we were sending over there, and I wanted to help fundraise to send more of our students there, but that program ended, and so I think it's very smart to switch to these young professionals, and I'm certainly going to do all I can to keep this program going. You all are going to be contacted by a gentleman from the NACO offices in Washington, D.C., because they're going to be doing a story on this in their publication that will, I think, coincide with our annual meeting. Because when I brought this up at our board meeting out in California, they ran over to me and said, "Oh, this is so unique. I don't think anyone in the country is doing this. Can we do a story on it?" So his name's Charlie, and I think it's a 414 number, but you should probably be getting contacted from him today. And Reinhardt, you too.
Mr. Waitman, you want to say anything?
Thank you. Close it out here. You know, Stevie and Mitch, thank y'all for going above and beyond. Not that this opportunity you would have said no to, but going the extra mile and getting an true outside perspective of how we can make doing business here, doing business and then working here in Pasco County the best that it can be for our folks. And Reinhardt, thank you for taking our folks under your wing and showing them a great time, and for the bosses out there for allowing, your understudies essentially to go out into the world and see what they can bring back to home and how we can implement best management practices to make our work lives even better. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed your trip, and it's exciting to hear what you all had to say, and hopefully we see what comes of it in the future.
All right,
Thank you very much. Oh,
Actually,
our administrator wants to say
No,
something.
one, thank you guys for doing that. Amazing stuff. Appreciate the shameless budget plugs. Those were those were good. I know it's not customary to necessarily take photos after regular items, but I wouldn't mind doing it.
Yes, I
One,
was
if
just
you got an
thinking we
article
should add a
coming forward,
proclamation. No,
it would be
go
good.
ahead.
It would be good to have something
We'll
like that on
actually
files.
we'll
Yeah,
come down.
we'll come down and take a
That
photo.
would be great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Answer your girlfriend.
That was a hard life over there. It's so funny, because I expected pictures of Germany.
You were able to-
I have those too. Yeah, well, send me some, I've been to Germantown. Okay. Well, I didn't want to be standing out.
Right here, please.
Perfect, thank you all.
Okay, I have one item I want to finish up here before lunch, so, we have received, from the Department of Revenue, what does it say? Department of Revenue, which states the, county governing body should be the one that appoints the chair and vice chair of the VAB board, Value Adjustment Board. And we did that within our own VAB board, but we found out through Mr. Signer that actually our commission board is actually the one supposed to appoint these. So I'm serving as chairman, and Mr. Waitman is serving as vice chairman. So if I could have a motion for that, then
What was the motion?
So, motion would be to appoint
myself as the
Commissioner
chairman of
Oakley as the
VAB.
chairman of VAB, Commissioner Waitman as the vice
Vice
chair of VAB.
All right, I'll make that motion.
Okay, got a motion?
I'll second.
All right, in a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed 4-0. Okay, you want to do your anything or not? Wait. later.
I'll do that
Later.
later.
After. Okay. All right, that brings us up to, have any old business?
I'm good.
I've
We're
got,
good?
I have
Oh, wait. a
loaded
minute.
up.
I share my time with my,
You'll share your
You
time.
skipped me, all these, I skipped a lot of things.
All right, if you can do it
Okay.
in 6 minutes.
Let's go. What do we have first? Oh, I wanted to show you some of my
That'd be great.
successes, not mine, the county's successes in getting new landscaping put in places where it has died. So if you're driving around 54 and 19, which is, they started, the commercial code team started on the US 19 border, moved up the highway, and then down 54. You can see, unfortunately, there aren't before and afters, I guess, but you can see where, well, I see trees missing in that Walgreens. We'll talk about that in a second. Wait a minute. Maybe that was before. But great job, and I'm looking forward then to going up Little Road one of these days. So here's some more.
Okay.
this is the code team.
This is the code team, yeah. It makes a difference. It really makes a difference.
short and sweet.
From it being dead and missing, and, it's like your house. The first thing you see is curb appeal, and this is the curb appeal of the county. Next, we had our annual cleanup in Holiday, and thank you to St. Vincent de Paul Catholic Church where we staged. We did not beat Moon Lake. You know, I'm a very competitive person, and I was trying really hard. I probably should have
You
brought
want to
some
have
of my
more
junk.
garbage than Moon Lake? You shouldn't wish for that.
You might want to be the opposite of that. to be quite
I
honest.
thought you would wish for
Just
less.
saying.
We got close, though. Does anyone remember how much Moon Lake had?
Close.
Jack's not here. No, we did get kind of close. 32, almost 32 and a half tons. So I don't know if Jason's here. But I want to thank them all for coming out on a Saturday. We had quite the operation going. And we had a big pile of metal, a pile of brush, and hazardous materials, and the trucks just coming and coming. We did go, I guess we don't have a picture. We did go and clean up that hoarder that I've shown you photos of on Patriot Lane. We were able to, with a grappling truck, get everything that was out on the street, except a van that was full. So I appreciate that they went down to that neighborhood and at least cleared off the street. I can tell you the stench was unbearable. I feel so bad for that neighborhood. Okay, next. Thank you to my staff for attending Mission Storage. They are located on State Road 54 behind Crave Cookies. This was one of the first ones built after we enacted the new rules that you had to have some retail or commercial up front, and then the storage would be in the back. And they have something unique that sets them apart. They partner with local nonprofits and raise money for them throughout the year. So thank you to Mission Storage. You can see Congressman Bill Rakis's office is represented and many others. So that's right here on 54. Let's see. Oh, I was very happy to attend the Metropolitan Ministries ribbon cutting. I know, Commissioner, you were there as well.
Great morning.
Yeah, this is such a wonderful project for Pasco County and the community, especially West Pasco. Dewey Mitchell's son, as many of you know, passed away 2 years ago now, and they sponsored this welcome center with a very generous donation, and Derek Mitchell was a very special person who had God, I'm gonna get all choked up, a very big heart for his community, so they wanted to honor his memory and named this welcome center after him. And so a lot of wonderful people in that picture, and Commissioner Yeager is there as well. And if you look to the left of Commissioner Yeager, that's my friend Jeff Marple. He's the CEO of Florida for Rooms to Go, and they're donating all the furniture. I mean, they just have such a wonderful charity going. When we had that hurricane a few years ago, and a lot of our residents got flooded up in the Hudson area, some of you might remember they donated a bunch of furniture, which we staged up at the Fasano Hurricane Shelter, and families were able to come up and get beds and dressers and dining room tables and sofas. So a big shout out to Rooms to Go. Okay. This one I couldn't go to either, but we already mentioned this, the Magnolia Oaks groundbreaking off of Massachusetts. This has been a long time coming, and I'm so grateful this project finally got off the ground.
Yeah, they're turning dirt here, they said.
Yeah,
very
I
soon.
think they'll be done in 18 months, is what I've been told, so that's wonderful. I think it's, how many units, do you all remember?
77.
77 one-story units, 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms for our veterans. So,
Oh.
and a big shout out to With Lacucci.
I thought it was 73, but,
Oh, I've got here 77, but
okay.
With Lacucci, River Electric, Pasco County Government, Pasco County Housing Authority, and Congressman Bill Rakis. Okay, next is something that I came across riding my bike with my husband on the Coastal Anclote Trail. And as you know, we have a shortage of boat parking in the county. So on Saturday mornings, it can be very crazy out there at the Anclote River Park. And I was very dismayed to come across at least 10 trucks who took up 3 spaces. 3 spaces. And then a whole bunch of them took 2. So I rode my bike over to the deputy's trailer, and he wasn't home, but his wife directed me over to the maintenance shed for the Parks Department there at the park. And I spoke to a gentleman, and I hope they went, I asked them to go ticket every truck, everybody who was parked incorrectly. And frankly, I think that this guy should be getting 2 tickets. And, yeah, no, he should only be taking 1 space, and he took 3. And so I talked to Mr. Carball about this yesterday, but I would like us to, every day, be ticketing the people who are parking incorrectly. And if they, I don't know if we can do this, Jeff, but if someone gets multiple tickets, can we revoke their permit for parking here?
Do we
regulate
have
this.
do we have a permit program for
Yes.
parking?
We do.
No. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that we do, and you can pay an annual fee, or you can pay every time you park.
Okay.
I thought we gave up on that program after the downturn, but
I thought,
if we have an annual pass and we have frequent violators, we probably could pass something that would terminate it. But the thing that you're going to need to do, if it's not, and I can't tell from these photos, is you're going to have to set up an area for separate boat trailer parking and provide adequate parking for the boat and trailer, or the car and trailer together.
this is only boat and trailer parking here.
Okay.
It's not the other parking, it's only boat and trailer.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
it
we're
appears
long.
that there are regular cars parked
No.
on the other side.
They all have trailers behind them. You just can't tell from my
Okay.
photo.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
But every single spot that was available to be parked safely was full. And so that's what was really frustrating when you see so many of these parking spots that were needlessly
Okay.
unsafe to park. So,
Well, we'll look at and see what kind of rules we have on that. Yeah. Okay, let's
Okay,
cut
that's
it
good
right
enough.
here.
I
We'll
can do the
break for
River Edge
lunch,
one later.
and we'll see you back here at 1:30.
Waterways and wildlife depend on you to keep them healthy. Excess fertilizer, grass